Almost 1/4 of the people of Poland are children and teens. My guest has had an unusual number of them singing. Andrzej Gorski is the founder and president of Gospel Joy Ministry. He assembled a choir of 1,020 voices. His workshops are being attended by hundreds of young people. Burke, who directs the Toronto Mass Choir, was a specially invited guest conductor for the Gospel Joy workshops in Poland. Now, she's helping to fuel some other exciting things that we are going to hear about. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
And I just have to piggyback on Fergie Jenkins, because you immediately resonated with his story.
Yes, because my family also came through the Underground Railroad and has been here for 6 or 7 generations, and our families knew each other. So anytime I see anything about, anyone who's been coming through that same pathway and is making waves here in Canada, I'm especially pleased and proud.
Isn't that wonderful? Sweet history.
Yes.
For Black History Month.
Yes.
And you guys are making history. You've been making history. We're just catching up with all of this. How did you two meet? Toronto, Poland?
Well, Terry Bridle, who is our backstage manager and also our tour coordinator overseas, his lovely wife Ginny has been part of our choir for several years, and she was working at the time at People's Church in the missions department. And as the story has been told, Ken Oak, who was a missionary to Poland from Canada, stopped by her office one day and asked, sort of as an afterthought, if she knew of any gospel choirs that might be interested in coming to Poland. And she said, well, I happen to sing in one. And so the conversation started that way. We got in contact with Ken, and we sat in a restaurant with a lovely DVD playing, showing footage of these beautiful workshops that were happening in Poland. And because we had been doing workshops here in Canada, we knew the power of the gospel music workshop and what could happen when you put people in the room. But this added dimension of it being in a country where there's no black people, essentially, and also so many of them just interested in gospel music, was astounding to us. And so we really wanted to join in with this effort, and also the fact that it was geared toward evangelism, which is what we wanted to be a part of, was just made it sweet. So we went over. I was first invited as a conductor, and I went over on 2 separate occasions. And the first time I went, there were 130 people in the workshop. The second time I went, there was about 450 people in the workshop. And then I heard, subsequently to that these workshops were getting larger and larger. And then eventually they invited the Toronto Mass Choir to come and tour. And I'm sure Andrew can tell you more about how that happened, but that was certainly an exciting happening.
Andrew, obviously Polish people love to sing, but Black gospel, what is that about?
Yeah, that's something new. Of course, Poland, as part of Europe, has been singing classical music for centuries.
Absolutely.
And now, a few years ago, we had the movie on the TV, which is Sister Act.
With Whoopi Goldberg.
With Whoopi Goldberg. And then we had Blues Brothers. And people in Poland saw it, and they love it. They love it. And what happens is, when we introduced the possibility of singing gospel music, of everybody joining the choir and sing gospel music, it was just amazing. People were starting to come to those workshops, to those events, because they wanted to experience something that they saw on TV.
Wow. Now, 2 facts about Poland. Unlike Canada, the people of Poland are very Polish.
Yes.
Like about 98%.
Yes.
And they're very religious.
Yes, yes. About 95%.
And very eager to
Yes.
come and sing together.
Yes.
And specifically the kind of music your workshops are offering in English.
Yes. Well,
wow.
Well, here's the situation of Poland. Poland is a very traditional, very religious nation. We have been this nation for 1,000 years. So there's a huge history. But the way we express ourselves and the way we express faith is not the way that gospel music expresses the message. So when people were given the opportunity to dance, to clap their hands, and just enjoy, and really show emotions about their faith, it's a new thing, and people love it, and we love it. I love it. Everybody loves it, because now they can be freed. It's something new. I don't know if you can understand that, but that's what's happening in Poland, and that's why it's a movement now in Poland.
And it's not just the youth. We've talked about these astounding numbers. A quarter of the population are youth, children and teens, but you have adult workshops as well. They're getting in on it.
Yes, actually we've been doing those young adults and adults workshops for 8 years now, and then just like you said, it grew from 0 to 100. Actually, it's even more than 100 choirs right now, and the workshops, which are the evangelistic events. Today, weekend events. There were none 10 years ago. Now there's 50 per year. And the movement is out of control, out of our control. We know that Holy Spirit is in control. So this is just great. And we were thinking that if we can spark the same movement with children, because we only have 4 kids gospel choirs in the entire country of 38 million people. But if we could spark the same movement with kids choirs, our country can be different in 10, 15 years, because the kids, they will be able to experience the joy, the freedom that comes with singing gospel music and singing the lyrics from the Bible.